Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, it's Ryan. The channel is Endless Journey. I'm making another video here today in Moab, Utah. I'm in Arches National Park, and this is a delicate arch right here. You can't really see it, it goes like that, but the way the angle is, you cannot see it because I need to get the sunlight and I want that. So I chose this angle, and I forgot one of my components for my better camera, so I'm shooting with my iPhone today. Wish I could do better, but the show must go on, so hopefully this will turn out well. So yeah, it's just like a winter day here. I'm having a hike, still making videos as I love to do. This video is going to be called either The Beauty of Minimalism or The Awesomeness of Minimalism, whatever word you prefer more. So minimalism is my friend. It's helped me to be able to come on trips such as this one. I'm just on a week trip, a bit of a road trip. Just this one's a solo trip, and just rented a car and staying some different unique places and just having a break from my daily working life. So this particular trip, I got a free flight on Air Miles, and that's a nice little strategy I discovered. And just looking for economical accommodation along the way, I found some interesting places. But basically it all comes back to my daily life and how I choose to spend my money or not spend my money, and how aware I am of what I'm doing from day to day and moment to moment. So, you know, I've been in debt before in the past. And by the way, I'm just like, you know, I'm a carpenter. I do renovations. I would be just considered by Canadian standards kind of lower middle class. You know, I don't make a ton of money, but if I plan how I use it, then I can kind of do what I like to do within a year, from time to time, whatever. So there was a time when, you know, I did have debt, and I had real estate and just like a little condo, and I just went out in the town a lot, and I ate out a lot, and I just really wasn't aware of my finances. And so when you don't have money, you really don't have freedom. Money is a form of freedom. So some of the things, I just want to say some of the things that helped me in my kind of path on the minimalism thing. First of all, a big thing I did was I live in shared accommodation, like a shared house with like-minded people. I have 3 roommates. Different people come and go. But I lived in Toronto last year. Toronto is the most expensive city in Canada. I worked like a dog. I worked so much, and everything cost so much that I just really didn't have anything to show after. I did get ahead of the game a bit, enough that I was able to go back to BC. As a side point, another thing about minimalism, if you want to move, if you want to change towns, the minimalist can just pick up and go so easy. So much easier than the person who has the giant house full of stuff they don't use. Now that can be good for some people, but for me, I like to have that freedom to move. Right now I live in my favorite city, so that's not really a big deal, but maybe I would like to move within the city that I live. The point I was making there was that right now I have it very cheap because I share a whole house, and the rent is divided by 4 people. So that allows me a lot of extra money to pay previous debts and go on trips and just buy small things for myself that I really like. As well, I have a dog, so we trade dog sitting. I previously paid up to $400 a month Canadian for somebody to take care of my dog when I was just a workaholic guy. So that's some huge savings there. Another thing I do to save a little money is I'm a carpenter, and a lot of dudes in carpentry like to buy a great big truck and make those payments and just pay the big gas. And yes, it looks like you're successful when you roll up in that giant F-250 lifted with a big decal, but I just have a small truck, and I just recently chose to fix it up and it's good on gas, and that's all money that comes back to me. As much as possible, as far as clothing goes, sometimes I had to go to the thrift store today. I got a sweater and some gloves because I didn't realize it would be so cold in Utah, Moab today. So for like $15 American, I just, have enough warm clothes. So I try to not buy a ton of clothes. Just typically my attitude is to just buy a few really good things and just really wear them a lot. And that seems to work for me. As far as food goes, I do like to eat very healthily because I just value my health, and I like fitness, and I like to feel good, and I like to look good and smell good and just generally be well. So I do buy some organic stuff, which does cost a little more, but I really don't buy a lot of junk food. I don't really eat fast food. But yeah, I have a budget for my food. It's probably my weakest area because I exercise so much that I like to eat a lot. As of January 1st this year, I'm cutting out alcohol. So that's a really big saving. I'll be saving anywhere from $100 to $300 a month because I used to like craft beer quite a bit. Well, I liked every alcohol quite a bit, to be honest, but things are changing, and I'm going to leave that behind so that that can free me up for other things, like traveling, and it'll free up my energy for exercise, but mostly time and money is going to be huge with cutting out the alcohol. One thing that really helped me a lot, I downloaded this app. It's called mint.com. And you just attach all of your bank accounts and your credit card, and if you have a student loan or a car loan or whatever, and then you just attach those all to your account, and it just tracks your, you can set budgets. I have a budget for my food, gasoline, rent, yoga, anything basically you have, and you just check in there. I just check in there all the time and just make sure I'm pacing myself well. And of all things, I really like to look at my net income per month, and my net value over each year, and what I'm worth versus my savings and my assets versus my debts. So I really like to see that improving all the time. I don't like to go see it going down. I just dropped a few $1,000 to go on a holiday, but that's all good. I worked for it, and I just really needed that break. So the minimalism thing has allowed that for me. And on that note, I'm not very hardcore at all. I have a roommate. I have no other friends that are crazy into this whole thing, and ride a bicycle and never eat in a restaurant, or never drink alcohol, or whatever that may be. Yeah, and it's only half the equation. You have to get up and do something in the world to generate income as well. Thanks for watching. It's Ryan, Endless Journey. Thanks for watching my channel. Give me some ideas. Type it in down below. Whatever you like, okay? Peace and love. Be well. Goodbye. Talk to you soon.